The NBA Cup is heating up, and with the next game day fast approaching, it's time to break down the possibilities. Which teams are poised to advance to the knockout rounds, and who still have a fighting chance? In this video, we will analyze the current standings and predict the outcomes for the teams aiming for a spot in the next stage. Let's dive in. First, let's look at the West. In West Group A, the situation has largely been decided. The Houston Rockets have secured their spot in the knockout stage, regardless of the outcome of their final game against the Sacramento Kings. But there's still a bit of hope for the Clippers and the Blazers. Both teams sit at 1-1, and with 2 games remaining, they have a mathematical chance to compete for the wildcard spot. However, the odds are stacked against them. The Dallas Mavericks, in another group, currently hold a point differential of +41 with 1 game left. This set a high bar for any wildcard contender in the West. Current standings: the Clippers is -5, the Blazers is -14. For the Clippers and Blazers to surpass the Mavericks for the wildcard spot, they would need to win their remaining games by an extremely large margin to not only erase their negative differentials, but also overtake the Mavericks' substantial lead. This may not be possible, especially since both teams are not strong offensive teams. In West Group B, the competition is intense, with 4 teams: the Suns, the Lakers, the Thunder, and the Spurs, still holding on to hopes for advancing to the knockout stage. The Suns are in a solid position, but don't entirely control their destiny. Here's what they need: win their last game against the Spurs. This is non-negotiable. Monitoring the Thunder's result. If the Thunders win their next 2 games, they would top the group because they hold the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Suns. In essence, even with a win over the Spurs, the Suns need the Thunder to lose at least 1 game to secure the top spot in the group. The Lakers face a tough battle after their loss to the Suns. Their path to advancement looks like this: defeat the Thunder. Their final group game is against the top-seeded Thunder. Hope for a Spurs victory over the Suns. Even if the Lakers beat the Thunder somehow, they still need the Spurs to defeat the Suns. This is crucial because the Lakers have previously beaten the Spurs, which would give them the tiebreaker advantage. If both these outcomes occurs, the Lakers could climb to the top of the group. However, both scenarios are challenging. The Lakers have struggled against strong teams this season so far. For the Thunder to advance, they need to accomplish 2 things: win their next 2 games against the Lakers and the Jazz. Hope for the Spurs lose to the Suns. If the Thunder win both games and the Spurs lose, the Thunder will have the tiebreaker advantage over the Suns due to their previous victory against them. However, if the Spurs win against the Suns, the Thunder will be eliminated, as the Spurs could hold the tiebreaker over the Thunder from an earlier win. The Spurs' chances hinge on a specific set of outcomes. Lakers lose to the Thunder. For the Spurs to stay in contention, the Lakers need to lose their game against the Thunder. Spurs defeat the Suns. If they can secure a win over the Suns, the Spurs would climb to the top of the group because they hold a previous victory over the Thunder. However, if the Lakers win against the Thunder, the Spurs are eliminated from contention, regardless of their own results because they lose against the Lakers already. In West Group C, the situation is more straightforward. The Golden State Warriors have already clinched the top spot in the group, securing their place in the knockout rounds. The Mavericks are still fighting for the Western wildcard spot. Here's their situation. They currently have the highest point differential in the entire conference, besides the Rockets, who already secured the top spot. Securing a big win against Grizzlies would guarantee their advantage as the wildcard team. This is Excellent news for the Mavericks fans, but bad news for other potential second-place teams in the Western groups. Due to the Mavericks' strong point differentiation, other teams would find it almost impossible to surpass them for the wildcard spot, unless they clinch the top spot in their respective groups. Essentially, if these teams don't finish first, their NBA Cup journey might end here because of the Mavericks' advantage. Now let's head to the East. In East Group A, the Magic and the Knicks are leading the pack. Both teams are in strong positions to advance. The Magic control their destiny. If they win their upcoming games against the Nets and the Knicks, they will clinch the top spot in the group. Following Banchero's injury, Wagner has stepped up, and the team has impressively won 9 of their last 10 games. This momentum could be the key to securing their place. The Knicks are in a similar position. If they secure victories over the Hornets and the Magic, they could top the group. The crucial matchup will be their final game against the Magic. Assuming neither team loses their third game, this head-to-head battle will likely determine who advanced as the group leader. In East Group B, the Bucks have been impressive, winning all 3 of their games so far. However, they haven't secured the top spot yet. The Bucks are in an optimistic position. If they win their last games against the Detroit Pistons, they will clinch the top spot in the group and advance to the knockout stage. However, if the Pistons lose their games against the Indiana Pacers, the Bucks would advance regardless of their fourth game outcome. Their recent victory over the Miami Heat has boosted their confidence even further, especially without Giannis during this game. The Pistons, for them, the path to the knockout stage is challenging but still attainable. They need to win their next 2 games against the Pacers and the Bucks. Securing victories in both would put them in a strong position to advance. The race in East Group C is heating up, with the Hawks, Celtics, Cavaliers, and Bulls all fighting for the top spot. That's right, 4 out of 5 teams still have a shot at advancing. The Hawks have partial control over their destiny. If they win against the Cavaliers, they still need to wait for the outcome of the Bulls against Celtics game. If the Bulls wins, the Hawks would be eliminated despite their victory over the Cavaliers. This is because the Hawks lost to the Bulls earlier and the Bulls would hold the tiebreaker. If the Celtics wins, the Hawks would clinch the top spot in the group regardless of point differentiation, because they would have victories over both the Celtics and the Cavaliers. However, if the Hawks lose to the Cavaliers, their chances diminish significantly. With a current point differential of -1, another loss would hurt their standings, make it almost impossible to compete for a wildcard spot. The Celtics need a bit of help to advance. Their best-case scenarios involves the Cavaliers beat the Hawks, which is crucial. The Celtics secure a big win against the Bulls to boost their point differential. In this situation, all 3 teams, Hawks, Celtics, and Cavaliers, would have similar wins against each other. This triggers the point differential tiebreaker, so the Celtics need to rank up as many points as possible. The good news, the Celtics are on a hot streak. Even if the Cavaliers lose to the Hawks, the Celtics still have a shot at a wildcard spot, but they must dominate the Bulls and hope for favorable outcomes elsewhere. The Cavaliers are in a slightly better position because they have 2 games left to play, giving them more opportunities to improve their point differential. Their path is clear. Win both outcoming games against the Hawks and Wizards, boost their point differential significantly, especially against the Wizards, who are struggling at the bottom of the league. If the Cavaliers secure decisive victories, they could top the group or at least secure a wildcard spot. The Bulls are still in the race, and here's how they can advance. Beat the Celtics. If they win against the Celtics, they eliminate the Celtics from contention. Possible scenarios: if the Hawks win against the Cavaliers and the Bulls against the Celtics, both the Bulls and Hawks would have identical records. Since the Bulls defeated the Hawks earlier, they would hold the tiebreaker and clinch the top spot. If the Cavaliers win both their remaining games, the Bulls would be eliminated because they previously lost to the Cavaliers. It's going to be a tough task for the Bulls to get a win against the surging Celtics, but if they manage it, they keep their hopes alive. If the Bulls lose, their point differential likely won't be sufficient to secure a wildcard spot. That's wrapped up our analysis for the NBA Cup scenarios so far. We hope this video have helped clear up the picture and what each team needs to advance. We will be back with more updates after the next NBA Cup night, so consider subscribing so you don't miss out. Until next time, enjoy the games and thanks for watching.